Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I'm Ryan Bowling. Thank you all for joining me. So, the mainstream media, MSNBC, just will not give up with this idea that Trump supporters are trying to stoke civil war, if you will. They're trying to stir up this idea that there's going to be a civil war, that they're getting ready to take up arms and just take complete control and just pop, 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 just destroy everything. Okay, this is the impression that the mainstream media is giving about Trump supporters. Let's hear what this person has to say about this. And then I want you to tell me, do you believe that based on this reporter's words that Trump supporters are getting ready for a civil war, in the sense that they're the ones that's going to actually initiate this? Let's see what he has to say. MSNBC's national affairs analyst John Hellerman said Monday on Morning Joe that former President Donald Trump supporters were ready to take up arms and press the tactics that lead to a civil war. Hellman said he knows the path for him forward is always about division, anger, and energy. The division, dividing the country, reducing the core of its base down, but at the same time making that into a sauce of a kind, right? Man, what is you even saying? It's like he reduces it down. It gets stronger, more toxic, also more energized, and also more violent. But I just want to look at the term when he says it gets also more, this base of Trump supporters gets also more violent. In what ways are Trump supporters getting more violent? Now, I don't consider myself to be a Trump supporter. I don't even know what that means. What the heck is a Trump supporter? I would rather say someone who supports Trump's policies, which I saw no problem with his policies the 4 years that he was in office. I don't know how many times I got to keep telling people that it's all about policies. They look at me like a deer with caught in the headlight. I say it's about policies. They just look crazy. You know, okay, you don't like Trump. All right, I get it. Jesus Christ, you don't like him. Okay, get over yourself. All right, but let's look at the policies. What was his policies? As far as I'm concerned, his policies were pretty darn cool when he was in office. And in fact, some of the Democrats that voted for old man Joe Biden are starting to agree with that as well. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. I'm just saying. Having said that, it's all about policies. So, looking at the fact that it's all about policies, when we narrow this down to what this reporter was saying, are these Trump supporters becoming more violent? In what ways are they showing violence, physical violence? How can they be more violent when they didn't even show real violence to begin with? And I said this before, please don't mention January 6th. I got a friend of mine that's always mentioning January 6th. Man, come on. You're being inundated by the mainstream media, leftist Democrats. That's all they have is January 6th, January 6th, January 6th. I mean, come on, man. I'm not going to even go over that train wreck anymore. So where is the violence at? That's what I got to ask. That's what I want to know. He added, he is not focused on, oh boy, I'm going to lose a few swing voters here. He's focused on the fact that the people who are going to be at the core of his base are going to be more animated, more ginned up, more willing to take to the barricades to do whatever is necessary to try and reinstall him in power. I don't agree with that at all. True Trump supporters, I don't believe at all that they're going to do whatever is necessary to try to reinstall him in power. What are you trying to say there, sir? Are you saying they're going to try to commit physical acts of violence to try to reinstall President Trump, even if he decides to run? Because from what I understand, there's no indication that I know of that he said he was going to actually run again. So, but even if he did, I mean, does anyone really honestly believe that Trump supporters is going to try to do what this reporter just said that they're going to try to do? Listen what he says. He's focused on the fact that the people who are going to be at the core of his base are going to be more animated, more ginned up, more willing to take to the barricades to do whatever is necessary to try to reinstall him to power. These people kill me with these big words. Take to the barricades. What exactly are you talking about, sir? Take to the barricades. I guess I can assume that they're going to hide out somewhere to protect themselves or whatever. And then, and once they hide out to protect themselves, from bodily harm. If that's the case, then they're going to try to reinstall him in power. I mean, come on, man. I don't believe in any way that's going to happen. This is just projection. And I believe personally that leftist reporters like this person who's paid a lot of money to spin this crap, okay, are the ones that are actually stoking anger and resentment and bitterness, not in Trump supporters, but anger and resentment and bitterness in unstable minds, just like that man that ran down that 18-year-old teenager. I think the man was like 40-something years old. I did a video on that. Ran down and killed that 18-year-old teenager because he believed that the 18-year-old teenager was a extremist Republican. That's what he said. Now, gee, where did that come from? Clearly, this man, he was intoxicated, so that may have impaired his cognitive abilities. But add that to the fact that he was some radical, unhinged individual who had this belief that this young boy, 18 years old, was an extremist Republican. Is you can guess where that's coming from. Wasn't it Biden that got up there in the speech and said those words about Republicans, that these are people are extremists, that Republicans, these group of Republicans are extremists and are a danger to this country? And then came back and tried to renege on it. He knew what he was doing when he said what he said, because he knew that once you put it out there, once you put the words out there, you can't take them back. You can try to come and take them back, but once you put them out there, they're out there because they're going to attach themselves into the minds of unstable people. He knew that, and his handlers knew it. They're the ones trying to stoke a civil war. Or, well, in extreme sense, they're the ones trying to stoke a civil war. But when it all comes down to it, they simply don't want Trump or anybody like Trump to get back in office. They just don't want that. They want their global government. They want you and I to be dumbed down to the point where we can't think for ourselves. That's what they want. And whatever they're willing to do to get it, they're going to do it. That's how I see it. Let's see what the rest of this man has to say. Let's hear the rest of his words. And that's the danger, is that the fact that at the base is getting smaller, it makes it more dangerous in a lot of ways, because those are the people who are willing to do things like take up arms and press the questions and tactics that lead to civil war. What is you talking about, man? Press the questions. What the heck is you talking about? Press the questions. What do you mean press the questions? You sound like a fool. Press the questions. Give me, what is that supposed to mean? Somebody define what do you think he meant by press the questions. Press the questions and tactics that lead to civil war. Even if they're pressing the questions and tactics that lead to civil war, are they going to be the ones that initiate a civil war? Man, stop it. Stop it. You sound analytical, you sound intellectual, but at the same time, you're not making any sense as far as I'm concerned. Press the questions. Press what questions? What questions would these Trump supporters have that would lead to tactics that would lead to civil war? All this is mind control, man. It's just mind control. Twisting words, getting it, making people feel a certain way, the way I see it. And based on my studies on mind control, making people feel a certain way, making them get all upset and angry. That's what I think this all is. But I believe it's the left that's doing this more, the radical left, mainstream media that is doing this type of stuff. That's what I see, okay? What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. God bless you all. See you again.